So once you have taken out all the screws, the next step is to take out the actual plate, the front glass digitizer and LCD from the phone. To do so, it's actually very easy. You have to take a pry tool and kind of stick the pry tool underneath and just slide it across, and it should come right out. If it doesn't come out right away, that's fine. Just slide a couple more times and it should come out. So then if you're careful, it comes out right through this hole right here, just like that, and there you have it. This is the part that you need. So we discard the other part, and sometimes when your phone is cracked, you're going to want to clean this off, make sure there's no glass on it when you put the new part so it's flat. Okay, so this is where we actually start performing the color swap. The first thing you want to do is change the home button. Now there's a couple of ways to do this. You can either unplug the home button. There's a little cable over here which you can lift right over here. You lift it and the cable, the flex cable, comes out, or you can just take it off and put the new one on. So if you do it, if you take this one off without actually taking it out, you're gonna want to hold the cable like this and kind of like peel it back. Watch. Hold it and you peel it back just like that, and then it comes off. You want to make sure that it's still connected in there. There you have just your flex cable. And then the home button can only sit one way. If you look at it, it's actually cut out on the way it's supposed to sit. So you're gonna want to put the home button on. Like I said, it could only sit one way. Just like that, align it. And once it's in, you can put it in its place. Make sure it clicks, make sure everything works. And there you have it. Your phone is almost all white. So once you have taken off the old digitizer, you're going to want to put on the new piece. It's important to be very careful because this cable actually goes in without a problem, but it's the digitizer cable, which is this one, which kind of cuts off in the middle over here. So when you put it in, you're going to want to make sure it fully goes through. So this is the front, and you just push it through, make sure that both of them go through, and then it's supposed to just stand right in its place, just like that. Make sure everything's aligned, make sure it's sitting, lift it up, make sure the home button works, and that's it. And now you're gonna want to take this and kind of push it down a little bit so it sits like that, not too hard. And now you're gonna want to screw in all the screws. Now I'm gonna show you how to do one or two of them because it's kind of annoying when you're doing it for the first time. So once you got the actual screw and the washer on it, you put it on the screwdriver like that, facing up. Alright, and then you take your phone. Make sure you're always holding it together because to make sure there's no spaces. And while you're holding it up like this, kind of align it and you screw it in. Don't tighten them all the way, I'm sure you guys know this, but tighten them once everything's in. So I'd start out with these 6 and then follow on to these 2. So once you have successfully screwed in all the screws, you're going to want to slowly start putting the phone back together. And to do so, you're going to start out with the motherboard. Now in order to put in the motherboard, it's going to go in kind of like this first and then clip on. So just to show you, you put it on right here, and then it's supposed to kind of sit in its place. When you hear that click, that means it's in its place. The first thing you're going to want to do is screw in this guy right here with the white head. Okay, then you're going to take this screw, which is the biggest one, and it goes right over here in the corner. You can also use a flathead for this one if you like. Okay, once that's in place, you're going to want to take the bottom speaker, and it goes in like that. But before you do that, you're going to want to take your index finger and connect this little piece to the cable, to the connector over here. And you're going to hear a small click, just like that, once it goes in. And this piece just sits underneath, just like that. It stays inside. You're going to want to screw in the 2 screws over here. Okay, the next thing we're going to put in is the camera, which, like I said, there's no screws. It just kind of sits in its place, just like that, and then the connector snaps on. Okay, next we're going to do the vibrating module, which also just sits in its place, and it has 2 screws, one big one which goes on the left side, and then there's one on the right which is much smaller. Okay, then you're gonna slowly start connecting everything. So you can start out by connecting this one. Just press down here so it stays glued. Okay, and now the cables, you can connect them one by one. It doesn't really matter what order you connect them from, but I prefer to do it from this side. And you're gonna feel a little click once you press down. And these are the 2 new connectors. And just like that, everything is connected. Now, before you close everything up, I personally like to connect the battery and start up the phone just to make sure everything's working and turning on. And as you can see, the phone did power up. Alrighty, let's see. And to finish off, you're going to want to take this metal piece, which sits right in its place like that, and there are 5 screws that go along. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So once you have connected the battery, you're going to want to connect one more thing, which is this little part which covers the bottom cable. Okay, so once that's complete, you're going to want to put on the new back cover. Now before you do so, you're going to want to take out a little plastic film which is on the right side. Just like that. Once that's ready to come off, you're ready to close off your phone. And you just push it up, push it down, excuse me, and everything closes. As you can see, everything's nice and aligned. And then you take off the back part, and there you have it. And the most important part is to put in the 2 bottom screws. And one final step, once you're done with everything, is to take off the little protective film in the lens. You have to be careful when you're doing this, but there is a little layer there that's actually going to make the pictures blurry until you take it off. See, this comes off, and there you have it. The iPhone 4 color swap, brought to you by Zeetron. As I mentioned, all these parts can be found on www.zeetron.com. If you feel that you don't want to do this repair yourself, you can always send it in. We do offer free overnight shipping via FedEx to you once the phone is fixed. All phones are fixed the same day they arrive and sent out the same day. So pretty much if you send in your phone on Monday and let's say we get it by Tuesday, by Wednesday you're gonna have your phone back. Thank you.